Okay, so I was asked to do 4 and 5 of the ready to go on. So they wanted an equation for the trend line. So this is their trend line that they came with. All right, so what's your equation? Your equation is y equals mx plus b form. So, it's y equals the m is your slope, and then times x, whatever your input is, plus your b, what is your y-intercept? So our y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. And here, so they have 37 1/3, which isn't that great. And if you make 37 1/3 into a mixed number, it's 12 1/3. And if you look here, so this goes by your your outputs, your y's go by 2.5, right? 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10, and then this would be 12.5. So that's where it crossed there. So that's where they got the 37/3, or reduced down to 12 1/3. That's the y-intercept. Okay. Your slope, the -1/3, that is, remember, you pick any 2 points on your line to figure out what your slope is. So, and then your slope, you go from 1 point. If you go down and over to the right, remember, down and over to the right, down is negative, to the right is positive. So then when you have a negative and a positive, your slope is negative. So if we go down 1 and over 3, that's about what our slope would be. So pick 2 points on the line to come up with your slope. So that's where they came up with their equation. Okay, so now if we want to figure out the wind speed, use your equation, predict the wind chill to the nearest degree for a wind speed of 60 miles an hour. Okay. Zoom out a little bit. Okay. So this was the equation that they came up with. And now our input for finding out the output for wind chill of 60 miles an hour, we need to substitute 60 for x. So we have -1/3 times 60 plus, I went ahead and converted my improper fraction to a mixed number. So 37/3 is 12 1/3. Okay, now we just do the math. So y equals -1/3 times 60 is -20 plus 12 1/3. And then if we have -20 plus a positive 12 1/3, I think they asked for the nearest whole degree. So if we take -20 plus 12, that gives us, plus a positive 12, that gives us -8. So the wind chill would be -8. All right, hope that makes sense.